Hello, I'm Major General Jason Bohm of the United States Marine Corps. Thank you for dialing in to another episode of Liberty University's Gratitude Bites. Before I begin, I must state that any comments I share today are my own personal opinions and do not represent the official position of the Department of Defense, Department of the Navy, or the United States Marine Corps. I want to thank Julie Bressler and the Liberty University Tech and Innovation Affinity Group for the opportunity to speak with you today. I applaud your efforts with this project and am encouraged to see you investing in our students who are the future leaders of our country and our communities. After having served in uniform for over 30 years, I am convinced more now than ever that the ability to develop and foster strong relationships is one of the greatest tools necessary to achieving success, regardless of one's chosen profession. As this effort is about gratitude, I thought I'd begin by sharing how grateful I am that God has provided me the privilege to serve as a Marine beside men and women of character who voluntarily chose to selflessly serve our nation, and how He has instilled in me the skills needed to help others meet their full potential, both personally and professionally. I'd like to play a word association game with you now before I proceed. I'm going to call out a word, and I want you to think about the first image that jumps into your mind. Are you ready? Here we go. Navy. History has shown that most people create an image of a ship at this point. Okay. Air Force. Most people would say airplanes. And Army. People normally describe and envision in tanks or artillery at this point. Now, you ready for it? Marine Corps. Most people here will see the image of a Marine, usually in dress blue uniform. So, what is the difference? In the Marine Corps, people, living, breathing human beings, are our most precious asset, not inanimate hunks of metal. And as such, we pay an enormous amount of time, effort, and resources into investing in our people. Because we know, though, no matter how capable, cutting edge, or resilient technology and platforms may be, they require human beings behind them to employ those technologies in new and innovative ways in order to gain the greatest benefit they provide. That's not to say that Marines are not tech savvy. In fact, we have a reputation for being at the forefront of emerging technologies. Marines are never content with being able to win the last, but look to remain a step ahead of our adversaries by developing the operating strategies and technologies needed to win the next war. The employment of amphibious tractors, helicopters, and tilt rotor aircraft are all examples of Marines leading in new and innovative ways. But what is it that enables such institutional innovation? It all begins with one's organizational culture. We all have a responsibility for providing safe environments where our people feel empowered to use their God given talents to meet their full potential. The Marine Corps accomplishes this through a procedure we call the transformation process. No one is given the title Marine. You must earn the title Marine. The journey to becoming a Marine begins with the personal relationship one establishes with their local recruiter in their hometown. Recruiters personally invest their time, knowledge, and skills to best prepare their people to succeed at boot camp for enlisted Marines or officer candidate school for officers. Regardless of which path one chooses, the journey is the same. The Marine Corps first breaks down individuals in order to put everyone on a level playing field, regardless of their background, only to build them back up into being part of a team. In earning the title Marine, young men and women learn that they are now part of something larger than themselves. And as such, there's no obstacle too high and no challenge too great that they cannot overcome when working together. They learn about the long and illustrious history and traditions of our Corps, while gaining an understanding of their responsibility to live up to the high standards, values, and legacy of those who went before them. They are instilled with the strong belief that they are now one of the few and the proud. This responsibility comes with the understanding that one must always seek self-improvement. The reputation of the Marine Corps was hard won through selfless service and sacrifice. We instill in the Marines that we cannot rest on our past laurels, though. We must re-earn our reputation every day. Each of us knows what our personal strengths and weaknesses are. One's challenge is to continue to build on their strengths, but more importantly, to use these strengths to help their teammates turn their own weaknesses into strengths. But more important than that, each individual must be honest with themselves and the organizations they work in to turn their own weaknesses into strengths. This takes self-discipline and an organizational culture that fosters opportunities for people to grow. In order for people to grow, an organization's culture must also allow room for their people to make mistakes. A zero defects mentality stifles initiative, creates fear, and degrades organizational cohesion. Innovative thought is enabled by providing safe environments for people to explore, experiment, and exercise their ideas to test the limits of possibility. Organizations that facilitate campaigns of learning, in which they may learn more through failures than successes, often outpace their competitors and create strong, cohesive organizations with increased resiliency. A clear mission statement, an intent, or vision for one's organization further fosters innovative thought and direction. Whereas one's mission provides the who, what, when, where, and why of an organization, the intent or vision provides the overarching goal to be achieved by an organization. Today's dynamic and interconnected world enables change and instills uncertainty faster than many can react to it. We refer to this as the fog of war. Understanding that supervisors will not always be available and may even slow down the decision cycle in fast-moving environments that can lead to lost opportunity. The Marine Corps issues mission-type orders, an intent that identify what is to be done without prescribing the specific steps in how to accomplish that task. We educate our Marines to become flexible, adaptable problem solvers. This is trust tactics at its best. Do and show ensures an organization moves at the speed of relevance against their competitors. It enables initiative, innovation, and drives action while strengthening cohesion and loyalty to the organization and to each other. Yet, as we cut away the shackles to allow our people to run at their pace, we must also ensure they remain grounded in our culture, values, purpose, and being. The Marine Corps' motto is Semper Fidelis. That is Latin for always faithful. Faithful to our God, to our country, and to our Corps. And that means to each other. We understand that being part of something larger than self brings with it the responsibility to remain men and women of high moral character, that we exist to protect those who cannot protect themselves, that we must be the most ready when others are least ready to confront the challenges of the world. We also embrace the unbreakable bond that exists between those who have earned the title Marine, who willingly sacrifice for the greater good and will always strive to facilitate others' success. In summary, if you want to drive innovation and emergent technologies, one must start with a strong and cohesive organizational culture that fosters individual and group initiative, collaboration, and a constant passion for self and organizational improvement. It all begins and ends with interpersonal relationships created within a team, grounded in the history, purpose, values, and common goals. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. God bless you all, and Semper Fidelis.